Just this hour, the Senate has again failed to advance the largest stimulus bill in American history, and that puts senators back at the negotiating table. So joining us right now from Washington is our chief Washington correspondent, Kevin Cirilli. Kevin, explain to me why it is or how it is that this bill was unable to pass on just the Republican votes alone. They have the majority here.
They have the majority, but they need 60 votes in order to clear a procedural threshold known as cloture, and that failed last night. It failed again. Several of these senators, including Kentucky Senator Rand Paul, are actually self-quarantining because of the coronavirus itself. So they're dealing with that. So their math has been significantly altered in terms of what was already a slim majority. I'm told from sources on both sides of the aisle, Scarlett, that optimism still remains to get a deal, if not late this evening, sometime before noon New York time tomorrow. Either way, constituents for all of these senators are pressuring them aggressively. This is really a dire need for medium and small-sized businesses across the country. The sticking point, and this is what I think really bears repeating, it's $500 billion, which is a hefty sum of money for a $1.3 trillion package. The Democrats are saying that they want to have more transparency as it relates to that $500 billion and the cash and the resources that would go to large businesses. Republicans are saying that they want to be able to negotiate directly with rank-and-file Democrats. That's a non-starter for people like Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi and Senate Minority Leader Chuck Schumer, the latter of whom was quite optimistic in public remarks that he's given within the last 2 hours.
Yeah, it seemed like quite a bit an about face. So when it comes to the price tag here, you mentioned $1.3 trillion, but when we talk about it in aggregate, Kevin, people are saying that it's now almost $2 trillion. What exactly has been added to it since Friday?
Loans and the ability for small businesses to get access to these loans. And this is where I think it's incredibly important, especially for all of us as we navigate this thing, Scarlett. And you're correct to note that the price tag has significantly gone up when you factor into access to credit, as well as the ability for small and medium-sized businesses to go and directly get loans. The Small Business Administration plays a part in this. States who are going to be able to provide credit. I spoke with Senator Chris Coons, a Democrat from Delaware, earlier today, and he said that he wanted to really kind of move the conversation away from loans to grants. And so for many of these restaurants, for many of these small businesses, it's not enough, quite candidly, to get a loan. They're going to need a grant to be awarded some money in order to be able to keep it open. And so that really are the details that are being worked out and crafted in what has been described to me, Romaine, as an all-hands-on-deck effort.
Yeah, I mean, we've heard from a lot of people saying spend, don't lend, Kevin. I want to turn to this report, Kevin, that we had from Bloomberg sources here, that President Trump had actually been considering shortening or not extending this stay-at-home sort of reprieve that had been given to sort of fight the virus here. There seem to be some conflicting reports as to what Trump wants and what his advisors want. What do you know, Kevin?
Well, here's what I know. First and foremost, the president tweeting out shortly after midnight that he doesn't want the cure for the coronavirus to be worse than the illness itself. That set off a wide range of back and forth, both publicly and behind the scenes, in terms of exactly what the president is going to recommend. It also comes amid reports that President Trump and Dr. Fauci have been perhaps not always in agreement for the tone and the rhetoric that is coming out of the administration. So optically speaking, there are new developments on that front. In terms of the economics of this, Republicans, Democrats, all very much aware of the severe, dire situation that small businesses, medium businesses are having to face, and some difficult decisions, mind you, that seemed implausible, that seemed completely off, not even able to register just more than a week ago, and now very much a real concern. So that is the back and forth that has been going on at the local level across the country, and based upon my reporting now, increasingly in the halls of Congress.